my kitchen looks really dark. Hang on. These early sunsets, I tell you. But we got to see the sun today. That was pretty amazing. So, happy Sunday. Food Fun Sarah here. We had a weekend of what I would say was nothing. So nothing planned, no Christmases, anything like that. But we did a lot, and we got a lot accomplished. We finished up Christmas presents. I made a ton of recipes. I practiced for my next kids cooking class, which is on Tuesday night. And I have the schedule ready for the ones that are happening in February and March and April. So stay tuned. I will be announcing those dates. I'm just getting the recipes finalized and confirmed, but I think we should be in good shape for those. And so with our weekend of nothing, I went to the grocery store twice because I didn't get everything on my first trip, hilariously. That's just kind of how I roll. Finished up some Christmas shopping that we had and got a lot of things done around the house as well. So like I said, I baked. I made a ton of the gumdrops that I love doing. You guys have probably seen those before on my page, but I can share that recipe again because it's a super easy thing. If you want them for Christmas, you would need to do them like today or tomorrow because they do need a week to, quote, dry out and be more like a gumdrop texture. But they're super, super easy. Kids can be involved. It's really fun. But last weekend, we had our first Christmas. That's why I did not have a live. Our day was full of family time. We went up to my in-laws in Appleton. Yes, we're the Appletons from Appleton. We went up there, had a great time, and I was introduced to some newer recipes, I guess newer to me type recipes. So pepper jelly. I had heard of it before, but I had never really had it, nor did I realize that you could just easily make it instead of buy it at the store. So that's what I'm doing today. But then the other recipe that'll probably get put on here as well was Anne made this amazing couscous like lettuce salad with a poppy seed dressing. Oh, I went back for seconds. It was so good. We also made my father-in-law's rib recipe yesterday for dinner. So we've just been eating like kings and queens around here when I have time to actually be in the kitchen. It's amazing. The ribs turned out fantastic. It is like an all-day thing. So the second the ribs came out of the oven, we ate dinner, and then I got my oven back so that I could do the rest of my recipes. But if you have a party coming up and you want to bring a fun, either a gift that you could bring for someone or just a fun party appetizer, I'm going to show you how to make pepper jelly. So this is one that I've already made here. Put it right back in the jar. My recommendations on flavors, the ones that I tried, were apricot and peach. Loved them both. Loved the apricot slightly more. So happy I found apricot jam. Talking with my father-in-law, and we thought that maybe apple could be good. Orange marmalade would be good. And then I'm going to try cherry for the first time. I think cherry and jalapeno go together really, really well. So we're going to try it. We've never done it before. But ultimately what you're doing is you are taking a jam. If you have the guts and the courage, make your own homemade jam. I went store-bought route. You're going to use cream cheese. You're going to use a jalapeno. And you're going to use red pepper flakes. I put my red pepper flakes already away. So what you need to do is it's about 1 jalapeno per jar. So this was a 17-ounce jar, and now I have a 13-ounce jar. So I may go slightly shorter. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to put the whole thing in. The interesting thing is you're putting a lot of jalapeno in the jam, but the sweetness of the jam goes really well. And then there's the cream cheese that goes with it, which always helps. You know, jalapeno poppers stuffed with cream cheese, that helps dull out that flavor. So I'm going to start by cutting off the end. I cut off the little butt end as well. And then I'm going to score it down the middle. And then I'm going to cut each of those halves in half again. So I've got like 4 pieces. Now, here's where, depending on the heat level that you want, you can choose to leave the ribs and seeds in or take them out. I am choosing to take them out. Though I am enjoying heat, I will say since I've had my son Cameron, I have been able to enjoy heat and hot foods a little bit more than I did before. I was such a wuss back in the day. I could not handle the slightest little bit of heat. Now I understand it, and I also know my ways of coping with the heat. Sour cream, cream cheese, you know, take a smaller portion, make sure you've got bread on the side, something like that. So I am going to be cutting out the ribs and seeds for us, but I now have my 4 pieces here. Moving all my seeds to the other side here. You can leave them in if you wanted to. You like my apron? My mom made it. Isn't it cute? It's actually for one of my daughters, but I don't actually have a holiday apron. Don't know how that happened, but I don't. So I'm wearing one of theirs. Okay, now I'm going to do, you can do this a couple of different ways. You could mince if you're really, really, really good with a knife. I would not recommend using this kind of knife to mince, but you could also use a food processor, or I have this handy dandy thing that I'm going to show you guys how I use from Pampered Chef back in the day. So I'm going to cut these into thirds, and now this awesome Pampered Chef device has blades that like protrude forward. I'm just going to make sure that all of my pieces are stacked up underneath it. It might get a little loud, but I'm going to do this for literally, I don't know, 15 seconds at the most. Take out some aggression on it, holiday stress. All you have to do is pump this handle up and down. So here we go. All right, taking a look at it. Not quite to the consistency I'm looking for, a little too big. I'm gonna go like 15 more. All right, a few more than 15. There we go. That's the consistency I'm looking for. I'm gonna bring this forward for you guys. Does it look good, Cameron? Yeah. Cameron thinks the noise is funny. He's right on the other side of the can there. All right, so these are the tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces that I'm looking for to put in my jam, all right? So there's my little pieces. A food processor can do that as well. You want to be able to see it, and I will show you that once I actually make the jelly, but you want to be able to see the jalapeno in it. Now, I have beautiful Christmas dinnerware that I want to actually use this year. So I'm actually going to put my jam in here so that we can see everything that I'm doing. But my father-in-law gave me the great idea. Take a few scoops of the jam out, put it in a separate bowl, add the jalapenos and the roasted red pepper flakes right into it, stir it around, add that jam back on the top, stir it around, and you're like getting barely anything dirty. But I want to see how this is going to look. So this is my cherry preserves. It is very, very, very deep in color, so we may have a hard time seeing. Came out really easy. It's very, very, very deep in color, everyone. Very deep. But I am now going to take my jalapeno, just adding it right to the top. Again, all based on your own comfort level of how hot you want something. And then, same with the roasted red pepper flakes. I'm going to eyeball this one. Roasted red pepper flakes have a different heat for me. Obviously, all peppers have different heats, but like roasted red pepper really hits me like in the back of my mouth, and I can feel the heat a lot more. It's also dried, so it's more potent than actually a fresh, because a fresh has that water in it of a pepper. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to call that good. I've got maybe about a teaspoon going here. That's my guess. Just going to use a little spatula and kind of fold it around. This jam, this cherry one that I'm using, is actually a thinner consistency than the apricot one. The apricot one actually had some larger sections that I had to kind of like chop apart and break apart to do it. But it's looking good to me. I think it has a good consistency that if I'm going to spread this on a cracker, you're going to see the little flakes of green and you're going to see the pepper flakes in it. All right, so here's how easy it goes from here. You go to the store and you buy crackers. I bought a fancy box of 6 different kinds just because it was on sale and they looked really cool. So people have a variety, but super easy. Crackers, okay? Here's my cracker. You are going to take cream cheese. You can buy the container. You can buy the packet of cream cheese. Doesn't matter. Just let it get a little soft. You want to be able to spread it on the cracker without mushing the cracker. I want a nice coating across the entire surface of my cracker, and I'm going to do both the apricot and the cherry for you guys to see. So I've got my cream cheese on there. And now I would obviously let the cherry preserve, cherry jam, sit a little. Oh yeah, I can see stuff in there. Oh yeah. I would let it sit a little bit longer and meld the flavors together. The apricot one I made this morning, So it's had more time for the flavors to melt. Okay, grabbing a different cracker. Gonna grab some cheese, cream cheese. Almost done, buddy, okay? All right. You want just a cracker?
No, I want a bread. Like a circle bread.
A circle bread. So I'm not sure what my son's asking for on circle bread, but...
That was in a bag.
That's in a bag somewhere. I don't know. Oh, I made some circle breads this morning. Maybe that's what he's asking for. He did like them. All right. So let me just finish this up quick here. So you can layer it up. You can go thin. You can do whatever you want. I'm bringing both up to the camera for you guys to see. This is the apricot. There's some jalapenos. You see that? There's red, everything in there. This one's going to be a little bit harder to see, but you can see one of the red pepper flake pieces. That's what that whitish is in the middle. Also, if you look, if I could show you real close, maybe I'll take a really close-up picture later. You will see the jalapeno pieces in there. So, I had apricot already today. I'm going to go into the cherry and see how this is. I think it needs, oop, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, I think it needs a little bit more time for that jalapeno to have time to come out, but I'm feeling it in the back of my throat. I got water so I don't choke on my cracker, of course, in a Christmas cup. Cherry is a good choice. Cherry is a very, very good choice. All right, now apricot, and I'm going to the area where I see more of the green. That flavor is so, so good. Yep, and again, there's the heat. It's just a little bit, and again, that cream cheese helps dull it. It's just enough heat to make it interesting and fun and just something different to make. So, yes, you can buy pepper jellies at the store as well. I just saw you can also buy hot honey. But you can make this and then bring it to someone's house and be like, oh, I made my own pepper jelly. You could put it in a different jar so they don't even have to see like that you store-bought it or anything like that. They can just think that you made it all the way from home. So we now have 2 jars of pepper jelly. I don't see that there's going to be an issue going through these with the holidays and impromptu parties and things like that come up around this time of year. Nice little snack to have, but I highly recommend cherry. I think it's a really good choice. So again, jar of jelly, a jalapeno, to your liking, seeds, ribs, no seeds, no ribs, whatever you want to do on it, and red pepper flakes to your liking. Stir it up, let it sit in the fridge. Delicious. So I will be back and sharing more with you guys soon. I don't know if I'm going to, pop in. I'll probably pop in on Friday before the holidays and just check in with you guys then. So I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. And we got to see the sun just for those few minutes. That was amazing. So hopefully there's more sunny days to come. All right. See you guys later.